Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre a la app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster
Movie.
fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honey Bee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. I am one of your hosts, Precious D.
And I am the other one of your hosts, Honey Bee.
We are two best friends making our way through the history of kaiju movies. We started in 1933 with King Kong, and here we are back at King Kong again.
Again,
In
and
the
again,
year-
and again, and again.
In the year 2016. Folks, I'm a little bit sick today. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Honeybee, can you tell? From my
Yeah, a
voice?
little bit. Just a little bit.
I had a bit of a cough, but I'm going to power through. I was resting all day, reading Archie comics. Tried playing a little bit of a video game, but I kept getting booted out, and it was also hard to concentrate. So,
Boo.
But today's program, it's not really a movie, but it's kind of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is Kong, King of the Apes, the third King Kong animated series from 2016. It is available on Netflix. It had 2 seasons for a total of 23 episodes, which in general are 22 minutes, but the pilot episode is like feature length, and that's what we're going to be talking about today.
I did watch a little bit of the second episode, like maybe half of it.
Okay. I
But
did not. And apparently things changed a little in the second season, which is pretty standard for a lot of cartoons. They just switch things around a little bit, including one of the lead voice actors.
Oh,
But,
shit.
Honeybee, what were your initial thoughts on Kong, King of the Apes?
I don't know, man. I can't decide if I like this animation. It's not like gross. Like we've seen some animations where it's like, ugh, like that's disgusting, where it's just unsettling. But this animation wasn't like that, but I still just can't tell if I like it. Like there are moments when I'm like, all right, but then there are also moments where I'm like, ugh. I don't know. I can't really tell. But I will say I was oddly attracted to the robot lady. And I'm like, wow, she's really hot. And I mean, so was Jonesy, so I'm not the only one. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's an all right adaptation, if you will. It's like a little futuristic, but still has the Kong things that we've seen, I suppose. I don't know, man. I really, honestly, I just can't decide. What are your thoughts?
It's okay. I mean, it's a kids show. Yeah, the animation is very computer generated.
Mm-hmm. Do you like it though? I can't tell.
It's not really my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes, Bottilla is a sexy. She's not an android. She's a gynoid, according to herself, which is just a feminine form of the word android. Because she's very woke, I guess, for an evil robot. So, and I don't know this. I had to go looking for this because I thought I remembered it, and then I couldn't, but I did find it. So this is on Netflix, but they also have a thing on there that's called like Kong King of the Apes Battles, and they're just little 1-minute videos of just the fights.
Oh shit! I didn't see that.
Yeah. So if the human shit gets too boring for you folks, you can just.
I wish every kaiju movie had that. I do like the robot dinosaurs. You know, I like the mechas. They're pretty sweet. But yeah.
Let's take a look at the cast here. We have Lee Talker as Kong, Commissioner Decker, Bragg, and Dr. Leo Remy. Alessandro Giuliani as Lucas Remy for Season 1 and Chatter for Season 1. Kathleen Barr as Bottilla.
Yeah.
They could have just... That's so... I build a robot. I'm going to name her Bottilla. Just name her Sharon. It's fine. It's okay. And I think I said Sharon because... Well, I think that name popped in my head because Sharon Chan Kent plays Amy Kwan. Samuel Vincent plays Richard Remy. Tabitha St. Germain plays Anita Francisca / Ponchi. And Viv Leacock is Doug Jonesy Jones. Vincent Tong is Danny Kwan, and then he takes over Chatter in Season 2. And Giles Panton is Lucas Remy in Season 2. And Ian James Corlett is Tanker AI.
Okay.
That is our main cast.
I kind of thought that it was cool that there's an actual Ponchi. Because, I mean, like, we say that a lot, but there was an actual Ponchi in this movie.
That's, we don't see her in this first episode, but that is Anita's grandniece.
Yeah, we do hear about her, though, in the first episode.
Oh,
no,
did she?
We do see her. We do see her in the first episode, don't we?
I don't remember, but I have a very long summary here that might mention her.
I'm pretty sure we do.
I think
she
she becomes
a few times.
Well, she does become a regular at some point, but not the point that I got to. I have a summary here from Wikizilla. Wikipedia just has a synopsis of the entire series, but Wikizilla has a breakdown of this specific episode, and it had links to all of them.
Nice.
So somebody might have written a summary for all the episodes. I don't know.
Cool.
But thank you, Wikizilla.
Yeah, for show.
In the year 2039, so this is in the future, folks. 2 poachers carry the infant King Kong in the back of their vehicle, taking him to a collector who is paying them $10 million for Kong, who may be the last wild ape on Earth. This reminded me of Mighty Joe Young, more than King Kong. He exhibits incredible. Oh, what did you think of little baby Kong?
Cute, but my real question is like, how much is $10 million in 2039? Because I'm like, wow, right? Okay. Yeah.
It's a kid's cartoon. You're not supposed to.
I know, but he's cute. He's cute. He's strong, strong little bugger.
Yeah, it's probably worth only $100,000 in today's money, but
if that, yeah.
I just thought you would like his little squeaks and squawks that he was making.
I definitely liked his squawks more than whenever he's older and he's just going.
Yeah, the older Kong a few times where I was like, did he just literally say roar?
Yes, he 1000% did, which I'm not shitting on this voice actor. Like, it's totally fine, but he just roars a lot.
He exhibits incredible strength when he breaks out of his cage and causes the aircraft to crash in a forest outside San Francisco. A boy named Lucas Remy, who is camping with his family, hears the crash and heads towards it. Lucas rescues it and brings it to his camp, where his brother Richard immediately dislikes it. And they're twins, and we know Richard's the evil one because his hair is slicked back. And he is he's not named Richard by accident. He's a real dick.
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
But you didn't put that. You didn't put that together. Yeah.
No, he is not named Richard by accident. It's the funniest shit ever. Oh my God.
Let's see. But their father allows them to look after it. When Lucas decides to name the ape, he makes it sound similar to Kong, and he is named as such. Due to his immense strength, the transition to domestic life is challenging, and he grows beyond typical adult gorilla size rather quickly. One night, Kong outgrows the family houseboat and causes a scene with the police and media. So they are forced to relocate to a house in the redwood forest. The boy's father, sorry, a piece of a song came into my head for a moment there.
What was the song? Pause for the cause. What was it?
This land is made for you and me.
Okay.
To the redwood forest. Anyway, the boy's father, Leo, then shows Richard and Lucas the laboratory near their new home, where I'm pretty sure this is a laboratory because there's some mad science going on in there, where he promises that Richard may build a robotic dinosaur like you do.
He's like, but Daddy, I want a big animal too. It's not fair. Why does Lucas get one and I don't?
Yeah. He is successful in this while Lucas and Kong build a tree fort. Richard then devises a plan to provide a chrome finish to his creation using a laser in the laboratory that his father told him not to use. I don't know why he has this dangerous laser. It's not entirely clear to me what Dad's work is and why it needs a laser and why you need a laser for chrome, but...
Hilarious. I like how we kind of see this in... We've seen this before in like the early 2000s cartoon Kong series, where the guy Lucas is like, you know, King Kong, like treats King Kong as his brother. He's like, hey bro, what's up bro? Like I kind of like that they kept that for whatever reason.
Oh, I found it very annoying, especially that one part when he's falling at one part and he's like, bro, just let him fall. Like, stop calling me bro. So Richard has apparently, it seems to me, stolen or hidden or destroyed Lucas's laptop or tablet or whatever. They didn't follow up on this. They've left. Lucas they're being homeschooled, but they have to still, take tests online and stuff. And Lucas can't find his tablet that he needs for school. And he's got a big test the next day. And so Dad's like, well, that's not like you to be so irresponsible, but I guess we'll have to get in our little helicopter thing and go to town to buy a new one. And I believe that Richard has hidden it on purpose, knowing they'll have to go get one so that he can sneak in the lab and use the laser. I don't think it's a crime of opportunity, I think, because they make a big deal about, it was just here. Has anyone seen it? Where is it? You don't normally lose shit like that. So, but I don't think they ever follow up on that.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yep. Kong tries his best to keep Richard out of the laboratory, as he has been told not to go in unattended. But he is outwitted due to his low intelligence. Richard's experiments go awry, and the laboratory explodes, but Kong is able to rescue him. But his body is badly damaged and in need of cybernetic repair. This sentence is unclear. It's Richard's body that's badly damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Not Kong's. The surgery is a success, but the boy's mother demands that Richard go live with her. So they apparently are divorced. And
wah wah.
I didn't get that the mother demanded it. Well, maybe she did, but it's kind of... The thing is, the dad figures out... Cause Richard tries to blame it all on Kong.
Mm-hmm.
But then Dad finds the partially chromed dinosaur and realizes, oh, Richard snuck in here to use the laser. And blamed it on Kong. So I think it is mutually...
Shit. This is going way funnier than I thought it was going to.
I think... I believe it is mutually decided between the parents that Richard is just not safe to be around. It'll be better for him to have some alone time with Mom.
Yeah, he needs to get the fuck away from the laser.
Honey, don't call me honey. We're not married. I'm sorry, Janice. Our son is becoming a mad scientist, and I think he just needs to live with you in the city for a while and not be around a lab. Okay, if it's what's best.
I knew this would happen.
I'm going to change his fucking hairstyle, though. It sucks. Because 10 years later, Lucas works as a search and rescue worker, and he and his partner, Doug Jones, are back in Redwood Forest searching for some missing hikers. Due to rough weather conditions, they are forced to pull out, but Kong scales the cliffs and finds and rescues the hikers.
P.S. That's what she said.
Yeah. I was going to say phrasing, but Richard and his robot, this is calling her a robot girlfriend. She's not a girlfriend. She's just an assistant. No. It's like, I think it's just like, well, if I'm going to make a robot assistant, I may as well make her look hot. But
yeah,
he does not treat her like a girlfriend or like an assistant. He treats her like shit.
Like a robot.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, don't program her to get her feelings hurt if you're going to act like a dick. We don't see her have hurt feelings, but eventually, according to a summary, that she pushes back eventually. Anyway,
wait, we have to talk about the hikers.
Yeah.
Did you think it was weird when the hikers come back and like they're on Kong's shoulders and they just keep kissing him? They're like, "Oh, we love you," mwah. And then the other one will be like, "Oh, you did such a great job," mwah. I was like, "This is weird."
They kept kissing his ears. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that they were kissing him that was weird. It was just like, I don't know. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
But that reminds me, I wanted to talk about the hair. They spent all the hair budget on Kong. Because hair can be, or in the past anyway, can be difficult to computer animate. But Kong has hair. I think it's a matter of doing the individual strands so it looks like hair. Mm-hmm. Was a challenge in the early days of computer animation.
But is this the early days? Like, aren't we in 2017 or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yes. No, I'm just saying that they've got. But at this point,
I see.
They've made Kong look hairy, but it seems like they spent all the budget on Kong. So the humans all have plastic hair, with just rather than individual hairs, just big strips.
Yeah, very like Lord Farquaad.
Yeah. So I just thought that was funny that they all look like plastic head people and Kong has full fur all over him. Anyway, let's see. Richard and his robot, not girlfriend, Bottilla, see the news footage and Richard gets angry about it. Meanwhile, the police try to arrest Kong. But Anita, Dr. Remy's housekeeper, she's very much a stereotype. I don't think necessarily a rude one, but she's got quite an accent. Convinces Kong to stand down, an act that impresses the police into holding him on Alcatraz Island.
Interesting choice, but also with the housekeeper, I did really want some banana cookies. I'm like, what is a banana cookie? Like, I want one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she makes friends with Kong early on by giving him cookies. On the island, so they have just somehow requisitioned and repurposed Alcatraz Island to hold Kong. And then the thing is, Alcatraz right now is like a historic tourist attraction, which probably brings in a lot of money for whoever's control it's under. But I guess by the year 2050-ish, they don't care about just tearing down the prison and building brand new shit there. There's no historical preservation society is going to go, hey, now wait a minute. I have an injunction here. You can't just tear down this prison. This is a site of historic interest. But they do. On the island, Lucas and Richard meet their father, who tells them that plans are in place to turn it into a wildlife sanctuary, but only if Kong will wear a control collar. The island's alarms then go off, and as Dr. Amy Kwan and her brother Danny, who can understand Kong, trespass on the island.
And they're like 9 years old. I'm like, how are they? Yeah. I mean, I get it's a kid show, right? Okay, cool. That's cool. But why are these little tiny scientists 9 years old?
Well, I think Amy was older, but Danny's definitely a Panchito.
Yeah, and she's like, he's a certified animal whisperer. And I'm like,
yeah.
Or he's a child.
Right.
But it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Like,
it's fine.
Certified by whom? Because he's not.
What is his name? Caesar Milan.
Yeah. He does not seem to be an animal whisperer. He seems to have psychic abilities to communicate telepathically with animals.
To me, it just seems like bullshit. It doesn't sit like Kong's like, ooh, and he's like, he said he wants a donut. Like, it's not like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I'm saying he's communicating telepathically, because clearly he's not just understanding what the grunts mean. But they don't. We're just supposed to accept this nonsense. He's an animal.
It reminds me of like when a kid like brings you a book and they like can't read because they're like 3 and they're like, okay, maybe 4, and they're like looking at the pictures and like, the dog is friends with, and they're just like pretending to read. That's what this reminded me of. Like, he doesn't really understand shit. He's just like, he said he wants to go to the forest. Like, I was like, he's making it up. He's got to be.
Yeah. Well, there was one point, I can't remember what he said, but they're like, what? And he's like, okay, I made that part up because because I wanted whatever, he says he wants to give me more cookies or something like that.
Yeah.
Dr. Kwan is revealed to be a veterinarian who specializes in primates. Yeah, she's not 12. She has a degree. She's a doctor.
But she's tiny. She's just a little tiny short woman.
Yeah. Yes.
I call bullshit. She's 12. I mean,
she's Asian. They can be short. Sorry. I apologize. Anyway, they allow her to join them.
Oh, shit.
They let both of these trespassers. Well, we had to because you won't answer your phone. We had to trespass, but we, hire us, and they do. After this, the nature reserve gets under construction, and Richard begins to create life-size robotic dinosaurs as exhibits for the Natural History Museum, set to open on the island. And there's not anything in popular culture that might warn us about the dangers of creating dinosaurs, so let's just do that. All these dinosaurs, they don't look like robotic dinosaurs. They look like dinosaurs that have had cybernetic parts added to them.
Yeah, they look exactly like Richard. Like,
yeah.
Were you also hurt in a laboratory accident?
Yeah. Because if you were really trying to create a natural history museum, you'd have all the robotics on the inside and try to make the robots look like dinosaurs. Just like Bottilla looks like a woman. She doesn't have a bunch of attachments on the outside to tell you she's a robot.
I'll give her an attachment on the inside. Hey! I did think that the dinosaurs were kind of like the coolest shit. Like the coolest part of the whole show is the little mecha situation we got going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should go back and you kind of mentioned this in passing. So when Jonesy first meets Richard and Bottilla, he's like, "Hey,
what's up,
hey,
girl?
buddy, He's like, who's that? Is she dating Richard or what? What's the story there?" And he's like, "She's a robot, man." And he's like, "Okay,
still into it."
Yeah.
He's like, "Smash." Next question.
Yeah. He's like, I can work with that.
Yeah, it's so funny because like he's like, "Oh, I wouldn't hook up with Richard's girlfriend." He's like, "Oh no, well don't even go there. Like it's a robot." And then he's like, to the robot, he's like, "Well, we should work out together sometime."
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd totally hook up with his robot, not his girlfriend, but his robot. Sure. Yeah.
Smash.
All right.
Next question.
So anyway, Dr. Kwan specialized in primates. They allow her to join. Richard, robots, dinosaurs. Let's see. It opens to critical acclaim, and 1 year later, Dr. Remy dies. Jesus, nice summary, guys. Shortly after, Kong becomes aggressive, but this is revealed to be because Richard had turned on his shock collar. Yeah, okay. So yes, there's a whole scene where Richard is trying to get Kong in trouble by turning on the shock collar when he's supposed to be having a show in front of all these. None of this makes sense. They put him on this island because he was supposed to be dangerous, or they were afraid he was dangerous. But then they allow them to build, an amphitheater where the public can come and watch Kong. I'm like, no, don't. What are you doing? If you actually thought he was dangerous, you wouldn't allow the public to just come visit like this, especially on an island where if anybody's hurt, it's gonna take even longer to get them to the hospital than normal.
But I think that's just like a Kong thing. Like we gotta exploit Kong for money.
Yeah. But
it's just
yeah,
part
Richard,
of the lore.
But Richard doesn't care about money. He just cares about his feelings. And
he's like, "Look at my robot eye, you piece of shit. This is your fault."
So, the thing is, Kong's freaking out, and it's very clear that his shock collar is causing it. There's red lightning coming off of it and things. But nobody's like, "Hey, Richard, stop doing that." They just all blame Kong again. Well, not all of them, but, the authorities and everything. But it should be very clear to everybody. Anyway, let's see. Richard then runs a ticket special until the island is at capacity. He then turns the collar up to its highest setting, causing Kong to go on a rampage. He then boots up an army. He then boots up an army of Dinobots to save the park, in quotes, guests. Kong becomes trapped in the island's dinosaur exhibit, but the more Dinobots he defeats, the more Richard sends out. Kong then tries to escape the island via the monorail, but Richard orders a missile strike on him. But the military and police will not fire for fear of hitting civilians on the Golden Gate Bridge. Richard turns the collar to maximum strength, and Kong scales a bridge tower where Lucas jumps onto him from a helicopter. Action!
Like you do.
And convinces him to put down the plane he was holding and to meet him at the tree fort they built as children. Deep in the forest outside of Richard's remote range, they remove the collar and they change their base of operations to the tree fort. Richard then devises a plan to get back all the money and damages that Kong caused and to build more powerful Dinobots by leading the team into a trap using some of the animals from the reserve. When Kong and the others arrive to save them, he releases more Dinobots while he uses Bottilla to steal military weapons. And at some point, the two poachers from the beginning are involved in all this nonsense. Framed for the heist, the military arrives and the bombs Richard set in the warehouse go off. Kong saves the animals, and Richard plans to use the money he gets from selling the stolen weapons to upgrade his bionic implants and to put advanced weapon systems in future Dinobots. So there you go. You said you watched part of the part of the second episode. What was going on there? Was it just Richard sending out dinosaurs and Kong fighting them? Or?
Yeah, it was just more nonsense that I don't care about, and you probably wouldn't either.
Yeah. So from something I read in the second season, I think they end up going to some kind of lost world where there's actual dinosaurs.
Oh.
And at some point, Bottilla rebels against Richard, and then I don't know if Richard has to. I don't think he actually teams up with the others though, but she becomes the main bad guy for the second season because she's trying to lead a AI revolution. She kind of recruits all of his Dinobots. Sorry, Bionobot. You can't call them Dinobots. That's, I think, a Transformers thing.
Oh, shit.
I think that's probably why they're called Bionobots. I can't be bothered to look that up, but I know there are Transformers that turn into dinosaurs. I think they're called Dinobots. So, Honeybee, what are you going to rate Kong, King of the Apes?
I think I'm going to give it a 3. Honestly, I really don't even know if it's that. It's okay. I don't know. I feel like it kind of sucks. But, like, not that bad. Like, it's all right.
I'm also going to give it a 3. If you're a little kid, you might think it's a 4 or a 5. It's, it's not meant for me. It's meant for little kids. It's competently made. It's not my favorite style of animation, but it's well done enough. It doesn't look cheap.
Like even things that are made for kids, sometimes, most of the time, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is so cool. Like, I really can feel that way about things that are made for kids, but this is just not it.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely not one who's like, well, it's okay that it sucks because it's made for kids. Mm-hmm. Kids deserve quality entertainment. But a lot of adult entertainment is just mediocre, and I think this is just mediocre. It's not terrible, but it's not one of those cartoons that goes above and beyond to give me as an adult something that I'm going to enjoy. But it seems like it would be perfectly enjoyable for a young kid.
I'm surprised it has a second season. I'm like, what? Why?
I think it does its job, but doesn't do anything more than its job. So it's all competently made. I did find Danny kind of annoying because he's a certain type of cartoon kid who's just, hey, dude, enough of you. Go away. But the thing is, he's the kid in the kid's cartoon because the first kids aged out.
Right.
We had a time jump, so we had to bring in a new kid. And anytime you see that kid in the kid's cartoon that's full of adults, you're like, oh, this is who the viewer is supposed to be identifying with. Mm-hmm. This is what you think your audience is like. And I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, is it the worst Kong we've seen? Nah. But definitely not the best either, so.
Right. Well, there's more. There's more to come.
Of course there is.
there's a MonsterVerse Kong cartoon on the horizon in the future. I mean, it exists now, but in the future of this show.
Yeah.
So, folks, I think that's going to wrap it up. As we said, you can watch this on Netflix if you are interested. Next week, I believe we're going to do Kaiju Mondo, which you got to get a trial subscription to something. I don't remember what it is. It's on Amazon. If you look it up on Amazon, it will say it's available, and then it will tell you that you need to subscribe to this thing. And you can get a 7-day trial.
It's available if you sign your soul away for 1 week.
Yes. So there you go. That's what we'll do. Please, if you like the show, like and subscribe and rate and review. Remember, Kaiju Go is coming up soon. Go to kaijugo.com to read all the details on that. And that's going to wrap it up for this week. So until next time, I have been Precious D.
And I have been Honey Bee.
Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements.
And please, don't misuse science.
We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.